Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, but we ready to fly. System got us boxed in, trying to keep us small. But we rise like the phoenix, we ain't scared to brawl. They feeding us lies, but we see through the smoke. We're the voice of the people, we're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. Breaking chains, taking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. Fist in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share. But the weight of our sorrows, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remained untold. A burden we carry alone, a story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears. But the ache in our hearts only grew with passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep, wounds that time can't seal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood. But deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part. But nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows. But when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share at all. We got hate in our hearts, but we keep concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strong and true. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of adjusted greed. Against the odds, we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They try to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered their leaps. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite, it's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They built the walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the halls of the state, where the heartbeat of the struggle can't afford to wait. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out of this never-ending night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my mind, yeah, they echo when they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We followed all the rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through, leaving wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left from us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. That's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. So remember this moment, remember this face, remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression, we'll stand up tall. It's us versus the system, and united we'll fall. Riders show how we unite.
Alright, y'all, listen, man. Grab all the toxic people have all the toxicity in your life, all right? Throw them out the window, all right? Kobe them out the window into a trash can and forget about them like yesterday's newspaper because that's what they is, irrelevant. All right, let me welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast, yo. This another episode off my chest and into the mic, yo, man. A shorty just speaking her mind. All right, we're gonna be talking about anger, um, and there's some new poetry. All right, so listen. All right, we're gonna get this joint started. I don't know if anybody's watching, but listen. Let me say blessings to Young Riaz. I don't know if he's still in the chat, and blessings to Rudy Iraheta. All right, blessings to both of y'all. Make sure y'all go check out my young bull. All right, with his shorts. But like I said, today, man, we're gonna. I want to speak a little bit on anger, right? And this is just all on my opinion, all right. But listen, isn't it funny how people turn a single snapped string into your entire tapestry? One stormy sentence, and suddenly the whole quilt, all right, is just angry. They forget the nights you sat on their porch while they cried. They forget the meals you paid for, the calls you answered, right? The excuses you swallowed so they wouldn't have to feel small. But boy, the minute you stop being their soft landing and become a thundercloud, woo, that's the real you. All right. It's crazy because, right, it's like a what you call it, like, how can I say, you know how when you're writing down lyrics, right? It's like that one course, right? That you got to keep repeating in the lyrics, right? In a lyrical poem, whether you're doing a rap, a song, right? Like they've been waiting, right? They've been waiting in the wings for your curtain to fall, right? They want drama, evidence confirmation that your kindness was a trick. So they hunt for receipts, right? And stamp fraudulent saint across your forehead. Like you could have been a saint, a therapist, an emergency contact, right? And unpaid labor, let me see, rolled into one, right? And the world files, right? They file that away. They file right under. You know what they file it under? Background noise. But anger, now that prints in bold, neon, permanent marker. They remember the roar, all right? They remember the roar more than the lullaby. They remember the moment you said no louder than a whisper, all right? They remember that moment you said no louder than a whisper they ever heard from themselves, all right? What's crazy is you showed up, you folded yourself into other people's chaos until you had no edges left. All right. You held space, paid attention, stayed late, and carried luggage that wasn't yours. And they treated your patience like a rent free apartment they could trash and never clean. You see where I'm coming from? I it's a lot of that going on, right? But let me give that a little bit of poetic justice, all right? You're not a single thunderclap, all right, written across the sky. You are the whole weather system, all right? The gentle fog, the steady rain, the sun, all right, that breaks through in the hurricane that shows up when the foundations wobble. Anger is a signal, all right, not a biography. It is the voice of someone who kept their generosity too long in the open and learned, all right, the hard science of self preservation. They want you to be a museum artifact, all right, polished, labeled, all right, always kind, frozen in time. When you move, they panic because motion requires accountability, and accountability is inconvenient for many people, all right. So let's call out, all right, let's call it out. Say it like like say it like you mean it, all right. You loved like someone invested their whole retirement in their, how can I say, in other people's futures. You were the emergency exit they used without leaving a thank you note. You were patient until patience became a liability, right? Then you reached the limit. And suddenly, the wiring in your heart got blamed for the building collapsing. All right? That's what anger causes in a lot of people. Like, you could tell the people that are angry, like the people in Philly traffic, all right? You could only sit in the traffic lane so long before you got to drive your own damn car. All right. We don't apologize for getting off the bumper off peoples who refuse to steer. All right. And if you're from Philly, you understand exactly what the hell I just said. All right. Like, listen, let me put it like this: kindness isn't weakness. All right. It's discipline with a halo. All right. My limit is where your lessons begin. I am not the sum of my worst days. I am the collection of every day I held on. All right. You remember thunder because thunder moves you. Remember who bought the calm. See, people listen. People burn with mercy. Let them listen. Let them clutch their evidence like rosaries while you rebuild from, how can I say, from the work they erased. Let their I knew it be the anthem you use to pump iron. When they say this is who you really are, smile, all right? Smile and hand them the receipt for every time you showed up, then close the tab. All right? You don't owe anyone's erasure. All right? You don't know listen. You don't owe anyone, all right? Erasure of your edges so they can feel safer. You don't have to be their museum piece, all right, of consent sweetness. And that's what it's like a lot of people are seeking for. I'm telling you, like, it's like people expect for you to do the work for them, but yet they can't bear your cross. Hmm. Real shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But once again, all right, this is just off my chest and into the mic, all right? Like, a shorty is just speaking her mind, and if what I'm saying offends you, man, I suggest you exit left. All right? Like, listen, when you finally break, let them watch, but let them also learn. All right. Let the crack be a place light. All right. Let me put it like this. Yeah. Let the crack be a place that lights get in. All right. Your anger is the doorway, not the house. All right. Walk through it. Walk through it into projection, into protection, not projection, protection. All right, into clearer boundaries, into the next version of generosity that comes with rules and a door with a lock. All right, stay kind, stay fierce. Remember, being human means being whole, not only soft but set on fire when needed. Then tending, how can I say? Then tending the ember with careful hands. All right. And what's crazy is that a lot of us gonna end it like this, all right? You're gonna be ending it like you're dropping the mic, all right? I am. How can I say? You're gonna be. Yeah, you're gonna be ending it like you're dropping the mic. I am not my worst moment. I am the many mornings I choose to stay. All right. Anger is living. How can I say? Anger is a living thing for some. All right. A wildfire they carry like a family heirloom, handed down and polished until it looks like identity. All right. It moves through their veins like blood, fills their lungs like the only air they trust. And when it tips, all right, when it trips, they let the spark eat whatever is nearest. But let's be clear, all right. Let's be clear on one thing. Anger is, how can I say, an instrument, not a, how can I say, nameplate. It's an alarm, not a person. And anyone who uses it as an excuse to scar other people is hiding behind the noise they refuse to tune down. All right. Let me say it like this, blow by blow. You tell me anger is uncontrollable, right? Like gravity or the weather. A force of nature you can only bow to, right? Fine. But the choice is still visible. People who parade their rage and treat it like a badge, hmm, this is me, right? Take it or leave it. They confuse volume for truth. They confuse hurt with permission, all right, to harm. They put their pain on display and expect the room to applaud their authenticity. Nah, man. While the real victims sweep up their debris, fuck out of here, yo. When someone lives with anger, let me put it like this. When someone lives with anger as if it's a, how can I say, bright, no, a birthright, right? Not, Yeah, I'm saying it right. Yep. There's no other words that I can replace this with, right? When someone lives with anger, right, as if it's a birthright, they weaponize it. Hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say, right? They claim the moral high ground because they were wronged, then proceed to catalog the sins of anyone who gets in their way. You can smell it, all right? It's performative. It's a performative wound. The rehearsed hurt, the how can I say the insistence that their recreativity equals honesty. Meanwhile, the people who never asked for a piece of their storm are left to pay. All right, they're left to pay the repair bill. Anger can be a signal, elevated. How can I say? Yeah, it can. Like I'm listening. It's like a red flag. You can see it. You can smell it. You can feel it. All right. It's an elevated heart rate, tightened jaw, a chemical how can I say a chemical, yeah, a chemical shout from the body saying protect, all right, but it becomes a curse when it's allowed to be, how can I say, the default setting, when the reflex to lash out is never paused, reflected on, or redirected. That's not biology, all right, that's habit earned and defended. You call it control like it's, how can I say, unteachable. Control is trained, it's practice. It's the muscle you refuse to use. You claim your rage proves you're real, right? But real people also learn how not to hurt. They learn how not to hurt others when their blood runs hot. You say you were wounded first, and yes, wounds matter, but using that wound as a, how can I say, using that wound as a bludgeon against strangers makes you the, how can I say, the continuing offender. All right? You throw your pain like a grenade and then act surprised when people duck. That's what a lot of people out here do. They throw their pain like a grenade and act surprised when people duck. Hmm. That's the crazy part. Then they want the world to treat them like they were fragile, right? And then treat other people like they were, how can I say, they're expendable. That's not pain, that's performance, yo. All right? Listen, let me give that some poetic justice, all right? Anger is an animal that paces in a cage, all right? The shape of your chest. Feed it and it learns your hands. Starve it and it forgets. Let me see. Yeah, starve it and it forgets how to bite. All right. You can carry a torch and warn people. All right. Or you can swing it and burn the whole goddamn block down. You can carry a torch and warn people, or you can swing it and burn the whole block down. Some people choose, how can I say, some people choose the later, right? And call the ashes truth. When everything has burnt down, when they've burnt the bridges, the house, the whole neighborhood, then they want to sit here and call it truth. Oh no, it's your fault. You're the reason I'm in this situation. Ain't nobody wanted to help me. Nobody was around. Nobody wanted to listen. You're the listen. All the answers that we're seeking are coming from within. They come from within. All right. We have to learn how to pick ourselves up. And you know what's funny that people say the government has to do this, the government has to do that. We are the motherfucking government. We put the leaders in place. We go to town hall, debate and say, yo, this is needed. This is the reason why it's needed. All right. And if you got a good pitch, you can change policies. You can change, different things. All right. Look, listen, man. I'm so tired of hearing so many excuses of why we cannot do the things that, we're supposed to be doing around us. We got cutting edge in the building. Blessings, blessings, blessings. My bad, big bro, man. I'm just in this John trying to get all this out my chest real quick, all right? While my daughter's in school, my son's in class upstairs on the laptop. All right. And listen, I'm on the headphones right here, my little quiet area right here. Nobody around me, man. I appreciate the support, man. Big shout out to Cutting Edge. But it's a lot of that happening. All right. So, like I said, man, some people prefer a later than now. All right. And then when they've burned everything down, all right, that's when they want to sit here and say, well, it's not my fault, it's yours. But when you're pointing, right, one finger, right? It looks like you're pointing two. There's like three pointing back. All right. And that's how my grandpa had to break it down to me on some real shit. He had to break that shit down. Point your finger, right? Then look at your palm, look at your hand, all right? How many fingers are pointing back at you, right? And when you look at the palm of your hand, it's three of them pointing back at you, while two are facing that way. Ain't that some shit? Right? So basically, listen, man, we gotta name it, all right? Say it. I'm angry before you let it become a verdict. Breathe like you're stealing back your body, all right? Slow, deliberate, all right? And then deliberate again. Hold the mirror, all right? If your anger is consistent, all right? Investigate the why, all right? Not to justify, but to stop the cycle. Protect the unhurt. Make a rule that your pain isn't a license to punish someone else. All right. You could be angry and still accountable. You could be fury and still kind. Those two things are not, how can I say, mutually exclusive. They are the only thing that makes a moral person. But maybe I'm tripping. All right. Like, anger is a signal. How you answer, all right, it is your testimony. Being real doesn't mean being reckless. Your rage is not permission to erase somebody else's. Courage is turning your anger into a boundary, not a weapon. And that's what a lot of people out here do. All right. They turn that anger into a weapon and they end up bleeding. All right. Especially on the people that hasn't even hurt them. All right. Yes, they may get back at some of the people that got them. All right. That sat here and opened up that wound. And that's the reason why they're bleeding. But guess what? Now they pulled in other people that have nothing to do with the reason why they're wounded and bleeding. You see where I'm coming from? And the people that they're pulling in are the people that have been trying to be there for that. I mean, this is something that we go through constantly, all right? Let the people who wear anger like an armor know this, all right? Armor has gaps. Your anger reveals the places you were not taught to mend. Mend, my bad, it can mend. What the fuck was I saying, Ray? Get it together. Shit. Yeah, I popped myself in the head. Like, shit. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, Ray, what the fuck is going on? Did that dog bite in your ass cheek? Like, burn your brain cells or some shit? Like, it's your ass cheek that's swollen, not your brain cells. Get it together. Fuck. Damn. I'm over here all discombobulated, one ass cheek bitten, swelled the fuck up because I was trying to break up a fight and then the dog bit my ass cheek. And I'm on this shit like, I'm sitting on my I'm sitting on my right cheek, trying to avoid sitting on my left cheek. I should be sitting on my whole ass, but I can't. So right now my brain is kind of feeling the pain of that soreness, all right? I gotta sit here and laugh because I took that shit like a pro. Like, yeah. Man, if you bro, listen. You ever been, listen, you ever been in the middle of two people fighting and you break up the damn fight and you forget the damn dog is in the middle and the dog is trying to break all of y'all up so all of y'all get bit. Some of us got bit in the leg. I got bit in the ass cheek. All right. Others got bit in the hand. But shit, I gotta feel it. I gotta feel it. Well, getting bit in the ass cheek is the worst thing. I know how some do mailmans really do get bit in the. I gotta answer. Answer. You got chased by a dog. Did it ever bite you in the ass cheek? Did it stay swollen for 3 days like mine's is? Because my ass cheek has been swollen. Listen, when I got bit in the stomach, the swollenness was going down. But this goddamn bite in the ass cheek, god damn, that bitch is like, phew. I got an ass on top of an ass cheek. No, I got an ass cheek on top of an ass cheek. Let me say it correctly. All right. Yeah, man. But anyways, let me get back on topic. All right. Listen, man, for the people who wear anger like armor, all right, just know this. All right. Armor has gaps. Your anger reveals the places you were not taught to mend. All right. If you insist on living all right, with it as a curse, expect the world to keep getting hurt. All right. If you choose to make it a tool, instead, you become dangerous for the right reasons. All right. You protect, you correct, and you build. All right. In the tour of, how can I say, of their excuses like this, I will not be collateral so you can feel authentic. I will not be, all right, the cleanup after your performance. Angers is yours to own, all right, and be responsible for. not minds to absorb. All right. And this is just a little food for thought. You don't got to say what I'm saying exactly how I'm saying it. All right. I'm just talking. These are just my thoughts being put out there. All right. Like, you are allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to be cruel. If you want to prove you're real, show me you could be both fierce and fair. And there's a lot of people that I've seen out here be fierce and fair. And that's why they got my respect. All right. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Listen, man, my whole life I felt like, listen, I'm an outcast because of the way I perceive things. All right. Because of my awkward views on certain things. And it's because I question everything. I got to take the time and question because even in the Bibles, all right, there's contradictions. All right. When people try to break some shit down and try to convince you of some shit, there's contradictions. All right. So, yeah, you got to question it until you find the real answer. That's how it be. Give me a second. I'll be right back and then I'm going to finish my thoughts. All right.
In this world of blame and shame.
Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You'll understand the seven demons within you. You'll understand the whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so from spirits.
That's what some people do, man. Man, we're gonna get back on topic. Before we do, man, I want to say thank you to the ones that are here. All right, because tonight, I say tonight. Today we're talking about something everybody thinks. All right, they understand until it lands in their lap. All right, anger, not the clean cinematic kind. All right, you see in the movies. All right, not the righteous soundbite turned into a social media pitch. I mean the real thing. All right, the quiet kindness that means that's been taxed and drained until it buzzes, all right? Until it buzzes the patient's heart that finally slams, all right? It finally slams the table and suddenly becomes who you really are, all right? We're here because too many folks treat that snapped string like a full portrait. And we're done letting how can I say, our thundercap erase the whole weather system. Like, listen, all right, before we get to the poetry, all right, I'm gonna just put this all out here, all right? I want y'all to think about it. All right. Think about the person who's always there, the one who shows up, pays the bills, answers the call, holds the coat. All right. They are the slow kind of love, the daily labor. Now imagine. Hold on one second. Now, now imagine them finally reaching their edge. All right. One voice raises, one boundary lands. All right. And the room acts like they've discovered true villain. All right. That is the trick, all right? We're spotlighting tonight. The erasure of every act of care the second anger appears. Folks remember the clap of thunder and forget the weeks of lullabies that came before. All right, we're not here to shame emotion. We're not here to deny the physical reality of rage. All right, the pulse, the hormones, the body that's yelling protect. We're here to roast the people who weaponize their anger as identity, who deflect their pain onto anyone standing too close, all right, who use hurt as a license to harm. We're calling out performative rage, all right, the brand of fury that looks like an audience and calls it authenticity. That's just it, all right. Isn't it rich that people worship performance, all right, and then punish anyone who changes? You can be, how can I say, the steady anchor for years, and they'll file you under good until you slip, all right, until you slip. Shit. I don't know why you know what, it's time to smoke. I need to smoke. I need to smoke. I need to smoke real quick. So let me get off the camera. All right. I do best. All right. Yes, it's wake and bake. Wake and bake. Yes, 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 yes. All right. All right. And what's crazy is, right, when you slip, then suddenly all that goodness, all right, becomes a convenient footnote. All right, they wanted you to be a statue, polished, quiet, and unmovable. When you move, when you make a sound that isn't soft enough for someone else's comfort, All right. They pounce and say, see, this is who you always were. No, that's a fucking lie dressed up in, how can I say, relief. All right. They're waiting for the proof that you weren't as kind as you seemed because it's easier to believe cruelty than accountability. All right. Watch them clutch. All right. Watch them clutch that one angry moment like a receipt that cancels out your whole ledger. All right. They'll show it to the world as if it's definitive evidence because it suits them to keep you small, to keep you apologizing, to keep you performing sweetness to reveal their comfort. That's not honesty. That's a hustle. And we're calling it. All right. You're not a headline. You are the slow news of every morning you choose to stay. All right. One snapped wire does not equal the blueprint of your life. Anger is a signal, a flash, a weather report. All right. But it is not, all right, the architecture. When you explode, the sound is spectacular, right? And easy to remember. The quiet work of tendon, of patience, of, how can I say, hundreds of small mercies that gets filed, all right, in the background like furniture no one mentions until it's gone. All right. There is a chromosome of survival in some people, all right, that turned, how can I say, reactivity into routine. They breathe the way they were taught to. All right. Loud, defensive, furious as a, how can I say, birthright. That's sorrow disguised as temperament. All right. But sorrow does not, how can I say, absolve damage, accountability. All right. Accountability is not cruelty, it's a map out of the cycle. All right. Why are we talking about this tonight? We're talking about this because kindness should not be conditional, all right, on forgiveness being free. Because boundaries are not betrayals. Because people owe their anger ownership and repair, not performance art. Because when you normalize being the forever cleanup for someone else's rage, you become the, how can I say, infrastructure for their how can I say, immaturity. All right. That ends now. We're here to name the pattern and refuse it. We're here for the ones who have been, how can I say, gaslit into apologizing for defending themselves. We're here for the people who act, all right, whose acts of care were erased by a single moment that fits someone else's narrative. We're here to teach fiercelessness, right, with rules and tenderness with teeth. Say it loud. My anger is not an invitation to punish me for my whole life. Reframe it. Anger is a messenger, all right? Translation is your responsibility. Set the limit. Kindness deserves, how can I say, kindness deserves to be, how can I say, I'm trying to find the right word, but I can't find the right word, all right? Kindness deserves to be shown, all right? Not a blank with zero deposits and infinite withdrawals. Demand repair. If you break something, you fix it, all right? If you hurt someone, you make amends. Kindness is a muscle, all right? If you overwork it without rest, it will cramp up, all right? My limits is not my failure. It's my final lesson. Anger tells me the truth about, how can I say, wounds. Actions shows, all right? Action shows the truth about character. I am not my worst moment. I am the many mornings I choose to stay. All right? So let them say, I knew it. While you hand them the receipts of every time you showed up. All right. Let their certainty be the fuel you use to build better borders. You will be raw. You will be uncut. You will be poetic, but you will also be clear. All right. Being human means carrying every part of yourself, the soft and the sharp, without letting someone else define which pieces are real. All right. With the calm of someone who knows their worth, I am not the moment. All right. I am not a moment. I am a life. I am a lifetime. All right. Let me put- I'm trying to find the right words. All right. I am not a moment. I am a life. I am a lifetime of patience. All right. That learns to keep its own time. If you want to see who I am, watch me rebuild, and don't expect me to apologize for the blueprint. All right. I hope I said that right. All right. Listen. Because what's crazy, ain't it funny how some people live in a permanent state of, how can I say, simmer and still expect you to be a statue? And I'm gonna keep saying it. All right. They act like emotions are a public utility. All right. They can abuse and then scream when the lights go out. But for, how can I say, but what's crazy is for years you can be the, how can I say, the steady one, the one who shows up, pays attention, covers the bills, soothes the nights, and they'll treat your consistency like it's an infinite credit. Then they punch a hole in your nerves and act shocked when you bleed. Imagine that. All right. The second you hand them a mirror, suddenly you're the villain. Suddenly your anger is your whole biography. And every kindness you offered becomes background noise. All right. You watch them carry their rage like it was a family heirloom, polished, displayed, all right, worn like proof they were honest about being broken. They breathe it in like the air, all right. They breathe it in like air and expect you to not inhale. All right. They think being mad forever absolves from being, how can I say, from them, from, how can I say, absolves them from their responsibility. All right. They think being loud makes them real. Then when you give them a taste of their own medicine, they clutch their chest and shout, "See? This is who you really are, man. Why you doing this to me? How you gonna say no to me? Like, do you know who I am? Have you forgotten what we've been through? Like, bitch, please. No. That's projection in a fucking tuxedo. All right? That's a performance designed to make you apologize for surviving. They want a system where your kindness is taxed and your anger is evidence. They get to be fragile and you get to be the mistake. That's the hustle. That's the scam. They demand emotional, how can I say, neutrality, all right, from you while weaponizing emotions themselves. Karma doesn't, how can I say, bow to hypocrisy. It's a mirror that refuses to be polite. Karma doesn't ask you how you want it. Karma comes and takes it. I don't get tired of saying that. All right. You are not a single storm to be filed away. You are the whole season. All right. The slow dawn that kept coming when the rain watered other people's gardens. The heat that held things together. All right. One thundercap does not name your history. One cracked plate does not explain the meal you cooked for years. All right. They treat your anger like, how can I say, an indictment, when really it's a transcript of a life they never read. Your fury is punctuation, not a footnote. It is the sound of a boundary finally learning to speak. Watch them try to reduce you to that punctuation. It's easier to read a sentence if you ignore the paragraphs. Real shit. All right. And this is what I tell people. All right. I don't know what it is about me. All right. I don't know. Ever since I've had my kids, it's like my life has been, you can't get me mad. You can't do nothing to me that hasn't already been done to me. All right. And what's crazy is those that look back at my past, I'll be like, exactly. You try to go ahead and try to hurt me more than that, then you're going to be looked at as worse than the person that even did what they did to me in my past. All right. And shout out to all the survivors that have, overcame them obstacles that hold them back for years. All right. Those that have walked away from abusive relationships, all right, from sexual assaults in the relationships, family wise, friendship wise. All right. Those that have been abused physically, mentally, all right, and spiritually. All right. Because we can overcome these obstacles, but we're made to believe that we can't. All right. And this is what I say to a lot of people, right? Listen, you wanted me to be a statue. You built me for your comfort and complained when I moved. You act like, being mad forever gives you a pass. It just makes you predictable. When you hand someone a taste of their own medicine, they call it poison and clutch the cup. Karma is not a favor, all right? It's balance. It works both ways, all right? Karma could be a friend to me and an enemy to you, or it could be a friend to you and an enemy to me. But karma definitely works both ways, all right? I love to fall back and watch it like it's a movie, popcorn and all, real shit. Like, listen, when I see people starting to fuck up and they over here and they trying to, they praying real hard. They be praying. Morning come, evening come, night come. They praying. I hope that bitch fall. I can't wait for that bitch downfall. Watch me come. Watch me be the one on top now. Shit, it ain't funny when the one that's on top is the one you look up to, right? It ain't funny when the one that's on top is the one you admire, right? Because what's crazy is that motherfuckers want to walk a mile in your shoes, right? But they can't walk a mile in your shoes. You want to know why? Because while they're walking on these flames that are meant to melt your feet and your ankles down, all right, I'm walking freely. My spirit is free. All right, I don't have no regrets. They're gone. I sat down and talked to the woman in the mirror. All right, I know where I want to go and what I want to be in life. I may not be there yet, but I am where I'm supposed to be. All right, and I'm not going to sit here and speed things up. We all go through things. All right, we all go through mental health issues. We all suffer through that. But it's how we choose to pick ourselves up. My grandpa used to always tell me when I was young, I didn't understand what the hell he meant. And he wasn't the only one. All right. A lot of those people that pulled me by the ear and tried to talk to me, all right, it's not how hard you fall. All right. That's not what fucking matters. What matters is how fast you pick yourself up, how you shake it off and you keep on moving, how you figure out what your next move is and what you do with it. But maybe I'm tripping. All right. Blessings, Bermond Grunzino. We got Gary Busted down Brown in the building. Blessings, OG, yo. Yo, real shit, Miss Chicago, man. You be like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Get over here. What the fuck you think you talk? Set your fucking ass. What the fuck you think you better, yo? I don't know who you fucking think you talking to, but I know the fuck it ain't me. Shit. I'll make you swallow your fucking teeth. You shit them bitches out like it was fucking Kool-Aid. How the fuck could that happen? Damn. Is there a way that you congratulate somebody's fucking teeth so they don't feel it coming out their ass like they fucking shit in corn? You know what, Ray? Get back on topic. Listen, that was a brutality right there. Like, god damn. Brutality. Yo, I'm sorry. But y'all would understand why I was thinking like that just right now. Because Miss Chicago, the beautiful Miss Chicago, all right, she's like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, yo. I'm telling you, don't fuck with her, yo. She'll sit your. You think? Listen, I cannot picture her and Madam together in a panel, yo. I'm telling you, yo, Miss Chicago and Madam on a panel. Lord have mercy. I'll be praying for these men. Man, shit, the army ain't got shit when these two women, yo, imagine these two women on a panel together, yo. Fuck playing Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna be on this bitch watching like it's all the Queen's men. Real shit. Let me get back on topic. Yes, there's only one in Chicago, yo. Can't nobody walk a motherfucking mile in her shoes, yo. And not listen. Just try her. Like Dave Lowe says, try her. She'll pull that little over here. Yo, you gotta love Miss Chicago. Let me get back on track. Let me get back on topic, all right? But listen, like I said, man, I love to fall back and watch it, all right? I love to watch Karma, all right, with popcorn and all. So listen, man. Listen, people, remember, all right? People remember a scream faster than a lullaby. That's human. Don't let it rewrite you. Anger is a signal. Translate it. Don't let others weaponize it into your identity. All right. If you can be furious and fair, you can protect and remain kind. Those aren't, how can I say, contradictions? They're integrity. All right. If someone treats your kindness like a resource to be drained, it's not your job to stay, how can I say, solvent for them. But that's just my opinion. All right. Because one thing I can sit here and tell you is that karma doesn't play favoritism. All right. It doesn't play favorites. All right. It just balances the books. Your anger is a tool. Don't hand the hammer to the wrong person. All right. Being, how can I say, being banderied is not being bitter. Or is it banderized? I can't, what is the right word? Anyways, all right. It's being honest. All right. Like, I'm gonna put it like this. I will not apologize for protecting my peace. That's a big no-no. All right. Somebody goes, oh, you gotta apologize because you said something that hurt my feelings. Like, bitch, get the fuck out my face. Who the fuck you think you is? Bye. Bye. All I gotta do is close my fucking door. I pay my bills and I pay my rent. Well, I don't pay rent. I actually pay taxes. The house is mine. Thank you, mama. Anyways, shit, I'm dead serious. I don't gotta pay the mortgage. I don't gotta pay none of that shit. I just pay my fucking taxes and my bills. Pay taxes once a year, and I pay my bills. That's it. House is mine. But anyways, thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Listen, I'm gonna keep saying thank you, mama. Shit, got me fucked up. She left us a blessing. Hell yeah. But people won't understand. People won't understand. But listen, man. I'm gonna put it like this, all right? There's no way in hell that any of us should be apologizing for protecting our peace, all right? Love is not, how can I say, a checking account for other people's overdrafts. All right. So I'm gonna say it like it is, all right? I'm gonna tell it like I'm gonna put it like this, all right? You can ride with folks through a storm, but you're not obligated to let them live in your house and trash it. We don't apologize for moving out of bad lanes. We change them. All right. And if you're from Philly, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. All right. So let them clutch their evidence and call you the villain while you collect the receipts of every night you stayed. All right. And every dawn you built. Let their, how can I say, certainty be the fuel of your boundaries. You don't owe anyone, all right, erasure of your edges so they can feel safer. You're allowed to be, how can I say, you're allowed to be hot, all right, human and whole. You're allowed to be, how can I say, you're allowed to hand back what was given to you in, how can I say, in bad faith and watch the story unfold. I keep trying to tell people, listen, man, there's a reason that I don't respond to people's angers. I don't respond to people's bullshit. You want to know why? Because you're sitting here disrespecting me, and I could, out of anger, out of something that probably didn't, how can I say, hit your ego right. All right, I probably bruised your heart and your ego along with your lungs, and now you can't breathe. All right, but that wasn't my fault. You see where I'm coming from? Like, what I mean by that is, right, is if you come on this John disrespecting, motherfuckers can top disrespect. And I'm one of those motherfuckers that will top disrespect. Real shit. I may seem like I'm calm. At times people are like, Rachel's so cute. Look at her. She's over there so peaceful. Let somebody disrespect the shit out of me or one of my kids. That's it. It's curtains, right? Like, let somebody call me a bitch. It's curtains. Because if I'm respecting you, I'm expecting that same respect back. Don't listen. You get tired. Listen, I'm the type that'll sit here and stay quiet for a long time. All right. It could take weeks. All right. It could take months. It could take years. All right. But if you're constantly fucking with me, all right, by the time that cup is full, I'm not going to let it overflow. I'm going to spill that bitch. All right. You know how they say when it's, fulls up, nah, man. If I feel as though I'm already about to reach that limit, I'm going to say what I got to say and then I'm going to bounce. Because I ain't got time for people bullshit. You see where I'm coming from? There's people out here that, how can I say, once again, can be fierce and kind. But motherfuckers want to call that strength, and that's not strength. You're deflecting. All right. It's not my fault that you were on this bitch. All right. How can I say, behaving or acting out of emotions. And right now you're in your little angel demon hybrid stage, all right? Because someone how can I say, bruised your ego. I don't got time to babysit nobody's egos. I learned a long time ago that not everybody that rides with you is for you. All right. So I keep my distance. I really keep my distance, yo. But guys, we're about to enter some poetry. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read y'all some of the new poetry that I got on here. All right, let me see. Nope, that's already that's part of a lyric. I had turned these 3 poems into that lyric that y'all got in there, so y'all definitely gonna hear that. It's gonna be a part of the poem, the lyrical poem that plays. But listen, I don't have no titles. All right, for some of these poems. If y'all want to listen, suggest a title down in the chat. Hey, be my guest. I'll consider it, look into it. I'm not gonna put it exactly how you said it. I'm definitely gonna change it up. All right. But I just been writing lately. All right, I've just definitely been writing. Like this shit is upside down. I don't even know if y'all can see that shit. I don't know. This camera's kind of blurry. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me answer this call real quick, guys. All right, y'all. I had to answer that call real quick. I don't even know if anybody's still in the chat, but listen, man, like I was saying, these poems don't have titles. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go off with poem 1, poem 2, poem 3 as I go reading them because I think I only named one, and I think that's the one that I did for Kata Scott, and that's because I knew exactly what that poem was about. All right, I knew it was for her. All right, and I think I got another one, but that's on the other book. I'm gonna have to look for the other book because I have some new poems that I started on the old book. All right, and I think that one's got where the poem I wrote for Earth Day and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I only got one named poem. Yep, one named poem. But let's get this joint started. All right, like I said, I'm gonna read y'all some poetry real quick. All right, if y'all like it, man, smash that like button for a shorty. If not, it's okay. It's okay. So I'm right here. All right, and it goes like this. In the heart of the city, innocence thrives, but corruption lurks where darkness arrives. Born from deceit, tainted souls take form. In a community where innocence is the norm, children play in the streets, lined. Children's play in the street lined with lies, while corrupt minds plot under disguise. Innocence shattered by greed and power, in a community where corruption towers. We are a community of light and dark, where innocence battles corruption's mark. But in the end is unity we seek, to rise above the corruption that makes us weak. All right, that one doesn't have a title. I'll figure it out somewhere along the line like I always do. All right, I always go back and give them titles. Some of them I just think of the title right away. It's just, I don't know. That's how it be. All right. But poem number 2. All right. Behind the screen, they type away, hiding their truth, afraid to display, projecting their fears online onto others, masking their pain with airy line. Insecurities fueling their keyboards fire, lashing out at those they admire. Unable to face their own reflection, they deflect, seeking false protection. Words as weapons used in disguise to cover up the tears in their eyes. Beneath the bravado and digital veil lies a soul yearning to excel. So let's break free from this facade. Let's break free from this facade we wear, embrace our flaws, and show we care. No more hiding behind the keyboards. No more hiding behind keyboards and lies. Let's rise above. Let our true selves arise. All right, so once again, poems I wrote. I still got to get some titles for them. All right. Now, if y'all got some thoughts, man, feel free to write them down there, man. And I'm sure you'll appreciate that. And I think I'm going to start putting the poetry on members only. So make sure that, because I definitely got a whole lot of new poetry. All right. This ain't just this just the last book that I was working on. All right. Hey, I could pass for your cousin. Damn. Okay. Okay. Damn. Shit. Man, listen, Miss Chicago is beautiful. Man, let her be my cousin. All right. The beautiful Miss Chicago's in the building, man. And if they say we could pass as cousins, fuck it. Shit. I wouldn't mind it. Shit. Lord knows. I don't know who half my family is still. All right. I'm still learning. Shit. I be telling people my family is mixed. All right. Listen. I'm still listening. I'm still learning. I'm like, yo, they be like, that's your family member right there. I'm like, damn, for real? God damn. Like, how many people? Like, shit. Our uncles and aunties were busy back in the day, huh? Our grandmamas and grandfathers and their brothers and sisters was really busy. Our families are bigger than what the fuck we be thinking sometimes, yo. I'm telling y'all. But shit, shout out to Miss Chicago, yo. But this poem right here doesn't have a poem either, guys. So listen, I'm just gonna read it. We're gonna hop right into poem number 3. All right. Now, this one goes like this. In a world of colors, we all stand apart, but it's the energy inside that reveals the heart. Some keep it real while others wear a mask. True intentions shine bright, no need to bask. Different shades of skin don't define who we are. It's the authenticity that sets us near or far. Some speak the truth while others deceive. But in the end, only genuine souls receive. Don't be fooled by appearances or false display. The real essence within will always find its way. Honesty and integrity will always prevail. In a world full of shades, true colors never fail. So let's break beyond the surface and see. Let's break beyond the surface and see what lies beneath. For true character is found in the energy we bequeath. In a sea of diversity, let authenticity guide. Let authenticity guide our view. Different shades of color, but what matters is you. Same over here, Miss Chicago, man. Listen. We love you over here. Like when you do go hop on these panels or when you come and have conversations with us, yo, we be chilling, man. Like, listen. I listen, I gain something, all right? I don't just be laughing at the jokes you put out there. I gain something out of the stuff you put out there, all right? So there's a lot of respect and a lot of love from, coming from over here, all right? So much love from Philly to Miss Chicago, all the way over there to Chirac, all right, y'all? All right. Now, this poem is based on, this poem is, more talking about me, all right? But I still haven't found a title, all right? So we're on poem number 4. When they see me, they see a Puerto Rican mamacita. That's not just who I am. The ancestors are within. They flow through my veins. Taino roots never forget the pain. Don't dwell, just reclaim what was taken away. In my blood runs the spirit of those who came before. Their strength and resilience I carry in my core. I stand proud, a reflection of their legacy, embracing my heritage with unwavering loyalty. From the shores of Borican to lands far, from the shores of Borican to lands far and wide, I honor my roots with every step and stride. My identity is a tapestry woven with history's thread. A Puerto Rican mamacita, never forgetting what led. And this one is more, right? This poem is more for like, the survivors out here of abuse, all right? Whether I'm gonna say more of the family abuse, all right? Domestic violence and stuff like that. All right. My mom, my past, can't hold me back. I rise above, stay on track. No chains can blind me. I break free. It's my time now. Watch me be. I refuse to let history define the strength within this heart of mine. I'll rewrite the story, pave my own way. No one can dictate how I play. The struggles faced won't bring me down. I wear resilience like a crown. With every step, I claim my destiny, unshackled from what used to be. My mom, my past, I carry on strong. In the face of doubt, I belong. No one else holds the key but me. It's time to show the world who I'll be. All right. And this is for those, all right. I don't know if y'all got parents that would say, you'll never amount to something. You can't be nothing. All right. I brought you into this world. So by any means necessary, I'm going to take you out this world. Just keep fucking with me. Watch this. Da, 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 da. So yeah. All right. For those that, ever been through it. So that's why, it sees it starts off and it ends off with my mom, my past. All right. And it could be a dad. It could be a dad. But I wrote that one like that based on what I was listening to at the moment. All right. And this right here, anybody can relate to this poem. All right. I had to look in the mirror, face reality. What I've become ain't what I thought I'd be. Lost in the reflection, searching for clarity. Who I am now is a different entity. The image staring back, unfamiliar eyes. Struggling to recognize this new disguise. Caught up in the lies, living a disguise. Gotta break free from this self-made guise. Past mistakes haunting me, shadows of regret in the mirror's gaze. Can't seem to forget, but I refuse to let my past dictate my fate. Time to embrace change and navigate. Revelations hits hard, truth cuts deep within. Accepting flaws and scars, where do I begin? Embracing transformation, shedding old skin. And let my I'll rise from the ashes and let my true self win. So like I said, anybody can actually relate to that. We all, get, how can I say, got to go through obstacles. All right. Come at a point in time where we have to, pick and choose. This person can't be in my life no more in order for me to make it here. All right. I have to do this, sacrifice this. And I'm not saying unaliving people. All right, guys. But anyways, on to the next poem. All right. Listen, they don't have no titles yet. All right. Self love is the key. Gotta set the standards high. Respect starts within. Reach for the sky. Confidence shining bright. Can't be denied. Know your worth. Let it amplify. No room for doubt. No time for games. Stand tall and proud. Never feel ashamed. Respect yourself first. Don't play small. Own your power. Break down. Break down that wall. Strength and vulnerability. A force to be reckoned with. Embrace your flaws. Let your light uplift. Demand respect by respecting you. Unapologetically true to what you do. All right. Once again, this one has no title. All right. Now, some people got nothing better to do than be keyboard warriors, stirring up a brew. Instead of moving forward, they're stuck in a place, deflecting progress with every online trace. Behind a screen, they hide and attack, spewing hate and negativity. It's their knack. But real change happens when we engage face to face, not through the veil of a digital space. So let's rise above the noise and the chatter and focus on what truly matters. Let's break free from this virtual prison we're in and make real connections that will help us win. All right, next poem. Forget the president. Let's focus local. Helping in our communities is the vocal. Lead by example. Make a change. Politics feel like a circus. So strange. Neighbors need us more than ever. Together we can make things better. Forget the drama. Let's unite. Local actions shine much brighter than the political fight. Don't get lost in the political show. Real change starts right where we grow. Community first, that's the key. Let's lead by example, all right, and set ourselves free. All right. And this is more, for those out there that are, leaders fighting for their communities, trying to, make their communities better. All right. Listen, we cannot get lost in this political war. This one has a title. All right. Kata Scott. Kata Scott, a girl gone missing in the city. All right. Philly streets cold, cops showing no pity. Media silent, community in despair. But together we rise, show we care. Another case where the system fails. Women vanish, their stories go stale. Cops slacking, media gaslighting the truth. But Kata's found by a community sleuth. When women disappear, it's a common trend. Cops don't prioritize, they just pretend. But united we stand to bring her, but united we stand to bring them home. Kata's story proves we're not alone. All right, and it's crazy how it took a community to find Kata while the officers that were searching for her slacked. They could have found her, but they didn't. All right, and then what's crazy is they played with people's emotions. All right, using the media while the media was gaslighting up. Listen, shit be wild out here, right? Don't it? All right. I'm about to read the next poem, guys. Give me 1 second because my ass cheek is still swollen, all right? Listen, this pain is real, yo. I wonder how the mailman that, gets bit by a dog in the ass cheek does it. I'm serious about that question. I wonder how the mailman that gets bit in the ass cheek by a dog sits on his ass on that chair while driving that little truck or at home relaxing trying to watch. I mean, you gotta sit on a cushion all fucking day, man. But anyways, let's move on to this topic, all right? To this poem, my bad. Lost in a world of illusions, mind in a haze, like a navigating maze, searching for better days. Lost my way a few times, stumbled in the dark, unlocked hidden potential, ignited my spark. Through the storm and the rain, I stood tall, faced my fears head on, didn't crumble or fall. In the depths of despair, I found my light, guided by inner strength, shining so bright. No map to follow, just trust in myself, rising from ashes like a book on the shelf. In this journey of self-discovery and growth, I found my way back home with unwavering hope. Now I walk with purpose, no longer blind, embracing challenges with a resilient mind. Lost in illusions no more, I've broken free, found my path through the storm. This is me. Next poem. Laws on the books, but who follows through? Crazies roam free while the sane wear a noose. Innocents locked up while criminals run wild. A battle of power, justice and denial. Politicians play games, civilians caught in between. Justice is blind to the chaos unseen. Corruption and greed fuel the fire of hate, leaving us. Okay, my bad. Justice is blind to the chaos unseen. Corruption and greed fuel the fire of hate, leaving us wondering about our fate. The system broken, so they the system broken, so they say. The truth obscured. We're left with questions that go unheard. But we must rise up. The man was right. Fight for change in the darkest night. My bad. My bad. I stumbled a little bit on that. All right. Men's mental health. Men's mental health matters. They hide the pain, struggles deep inside, emotions they contain. We see women's issues clear as day, but men's silent battles, why do we stray? Pressure to be strong, to never break, expectations high for their own sake. Society says Society says they must always cope, but beneath the surface, there's more than just hope. Let's break the stigma, let them speak out loud. Their mental well-being should make us proud. Listen to their stories, show we care. Men's mental health matters. Let's be aware. All right, guys. And I'm gonna leave it at that because we already hit that 1 hour mark. I really want to say thank you to all those that came through, showed the shorty support, those that left a comment in the chat while the shorty was talking, those that came through and listened, all right, and actually had a conversation with a shorty. Like, listen, I appreciate all of you. I appreciate my day one subscribers, all right. And like I said, I'm gonna start putting the poetry on members only. All my poetry on this channel is gonna start going to members only. All the new poetry. All right. Y'all want to listen to my old poetry, right? Y'all could either go to my YouTube shorts on my the Writers for Life shorts channel, or y'all can order the first book that I published, all right, for $20 on Amazon, or you can get an ebook for $10, $9.99. All right, so you can get these books both ways if y'all want to keep reading my poetry. But all the new poems, all right, like I said, are going to be on members only. All right, I was trying to figure out what I do with this members only thing. All right, so the poetry is definitely going to go over there. All right, and like I said, little by little, I'm gonna start publishing these books. So y'all are not gonna be seeing me live every single day. I mean, I come on as much as I can, but I'm definitely gonna be uploading videos every day. All right, we're gonna take it back to the old school way. I still got a whole bunch of videos I haven't been able to upload. All right, and I'm still editing, like not editing to make fancy, but I gotta clip out the parts that I want to upload and the parts that don't need to be uploaded. It's like, what's the point of even uploading that, right? We got Uncle L in the building. Blessings, 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 T-Rail. How y'all doing this morning, man? Welcome to the live. Y'all got to catch the replay, all right? But listen, for those of y'all coming in, tuning in, all right? Like I said, y'all want to see the new poetry, make sure y'all become a member, all right? Make sure y'all subscribe, all right? Because I do have a tendency of popping up. They don't call me the pop-up queen for no reason, all right? So make sure y'all subscribe. And subscribers and members giveaways will be coming soon. I just got so much on my plate right now that I'm trying to figure out what day can we go live and do the giveaways. All right, I'm gonna have a co-host, which is my fiance, the day that I do the lives. All right, so I appreciate those that have been tuning in, sharing my videos, and yes, I can see who shares the videos, likes the videos, comment the videos. I appreciate those, right? And those are definitely going to be the people that are going to be a part of the giveaways. All right, those are the people that I'm going to be putting in the wheels. All right, because they're here supporting, they're showing a lot of love to a shorty. They're not just showing support and showing love. They're putting me in the algorithm by commenting, all right, on my videos. All right, so I appreciate those that keep leaving these comments on the videos. All right, answering the questions that I ask, or leaving how can I say, their opinions. All right, that helps a shorty out a lot. So I appreciate those that are supporting this channel, all right, the way they're supposed to be supported. I mean, there's no way that you're supposed to support a channel. What I mean by that is, listen, to be a part of the giveaways, all right, it means that been here supporting a shorty, rocking out with a shorty, and much more. All right, and there's a reason why I'm gonna start doing the giveaways, because I appreciate y'all for that. All right, it's been a while. It's been years since I've done giveaways. All right. Now, I'm not gonna do it the way I used to do it when I first started Facebook and YouTube. All right, that was the dumbest thing to do. All right, just give how can I say, like the 5 subscribers that answer questions, $100 each. No, this time I'm gonna start off. All right, I'm gonna start off real small. All right, and we're gonna give away hoodies. All right, and we're gonna definitely be giving away poetry books. All right, so make sure y'all subbed up. Make sure y'all become members. All right, especially if y'all want to hear the new poetry that's coming. All right. So once again, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, but I gotta get off this John. All right, my ass cheek is sore. Man, I don't know if I could run as fast as a mailman, but I couldn't run at that moment, yo. I'm breaking up a fight. Next thing you know, all up in my, I'm like, God damn, not even my fiance printed me like that. Like this motherfucker left a print in my ass cheek this fucking big. And I'm over here limping like I got something up my. I'm like, fuck me. I can't just catch a break. I just can't catch a break. I'm over here in pain. I feel bad for y'all mailmen if y'all do really get bit in the ass. But I heard the answer say he got bit in the ass. No, did he get bit in the ass? No, I don't think he said he got bit. I think he said he ran from a dog almost biting him. But I couldn't run. I was breaking up a fight. And we all got bit. Shit. I got a battle scar. Yeah, but for you, listen, this shit, I feel like my hip's about to collapse because I'm putting so much pressure. It's like all my weight, all right, my little 150 pounds, all right. What was it, 155 or was it 160 that I made it to? These cheeks got filled in through the fucking summer. My fiance knew what the fuck he was doing. He's like, let me plump her a little bit, all right. She ain't going nowhere. So no, let me stop talking shit before he hop on this live. Be like, why you talking shit about me? I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. It's just that my ass cheek hurts so bad. Come and rub this bitch. That bitch is hurting me and she's killing me and I'm getting goofy from the pain. And there ain't no painkillers that I can take. You got me fucked up. Yo, this is just some natural high. Mary Jane is helping, but fuck. Getting bit in the stomach by a pit bull ain't shit compared to getting bit in your fucking ass cheek. Yo, I should have never fucking broke up the fight. I should like, y'all just don't get it. Man, let me get off this jaw, man. I'm about to put some ice on this chair and sit on that bitch. Like, man, no, I can't even sit on no ice. That shit too hard for my fucking buns. See what I'm saying? God damn. Yo, I never wish for nobody's ass cheek to get bitten by a dog, man. I was in that bitch like, oh, shit. Did my headphones go off? No. That bitch went, he's like, ah! I'm like, oh. And he didn't even want to bite me, though. He didn't want to bite me. It was just that he was trying to get to the persons that we were breaking up. So other motherfuckers that was breaking up the fight got bit. One got bit in the leg, one got bit in the arm. I got bit in the motherfucker. Why I get bit? Because you was a fucking boy dog, right? And everybody else was boys. So you was like, fuck it. She's the only fucking female. Let me just grab that ass cheek. Like, fuck. Not even my fiance left his print like that. God damn. Shit. And a dog come and leave his print like that. Like no motherfucker. You was human at one point in time, wasn't you? This is your afterlife. You turned into a dog. Motherfucker, you out here like Trump, just fucking, instead of grabbing, snatching kitty cats, he out here snatching buns. Like, this motherfucker thought he was at a fucking, what was it, Buns and Goes. Like, hey, fuck it. I don't need the patty. I just want the bun. Come over here. Let me get a piece of it. Like, what the fuck is wrong? That's what I should have did. Fuck it. Motherfucker. I should have let my dog. What's this counselor conference? Oh, I got a conference. Okay, this is for my son's online school. God damn fucking dogs. Lord have mercy. I was saving my buns. I ain't want to give you my buns. They wasn't for you, motherfuckers. But anyways, I'm dealing with this shit like a pro. All right? Like a motherfucking pro. You mean on my rear end? I can't even hardly sit down. I'm on the edge of this goddamn chair. But let me get the fuck up out of this joint. Ooh, I'm still cussing in here, man. Let me get off this joint, man. Till next time. We out. Oh shit, we got Candyman, baby. I gotta say blessings to Candyman. I love me some Candyman. I don't get tired of saying that. All right. Listen, I love hearing Candyman's story. If y'all haven't checked out Candyman, make sure y'all go check him out. All right, he's funny as shit, especially when he starts roasting with the safari jokes and the zoo jokes and the animals. All right, shit. Listen, Candyman, I got one for you. All right, I was breaking the fucking fight up today. When I wasn't yesterday, that was a fucking Saturday. All right, breaking up the fight. We all got bit, but because I was a female and I was a male dog, the motherfucker, I don't know. I think he was a man in his before life. All right, then he, not here no more, and then his afterlife, he turned into a dog, and he was out here like fucking Trump, just snatching buns. Trump was fucking snatching kitty cats. This motherfucking dog was out here snatching buns, left his motherfucking print on my butt cheek. All right, so now every time I take a shower, all right, I got a print in my butt cheek. All right, that shit look like a bite mark. All right, he left 2 fucking fangs in my butt cheek, and then a whole circle, brown, black, purple. I'm like, what the fuck? That shit is like, half my butt cheek is swollen. I'm like, this motherfucker. This motherfucker. I'm walking around like I got something stuck up my, I'm saying like, get the fuck out of here. This motherfucker said he didn't want the patty. He wanted the goddamn buns. I'm sitting here like, how the fuck you attack us and you're supposed to be attacking that motherfucker over there fighting? Shit. He just took a piece of he just grabbed it. He said, fuck you. I'm gonna take advantage. Y'all fighting, y'all over here trying to break up that brawl. Let me get in it real quick. But I'm gonna get in it for a whole nother reason. I want those buns. I'm like, shit. Can't even bark like a dog. Let me see. No, I can't even do it. Kinda. My cheek. But anyways, let me get off this John because I'm gonna look like I got ants in my motherfucking pants and I don't, and it's just I'm trying to sit back because I moved and I got in the wrong position. Yeah, let me get off this John. Let me get off this John, man. Make sure y'all go check out Candyman. All right, listen, you won't be disappointed. All right, I think it's called the In Real Life Podcast. All right, that's Candyman and his regular channel, Candyman. All right, but listen, I just wanted to get on this, John, speak a little bit about anger. All right, like I said, if y'all catch the replay, y'all will see what I'm saying. All right, when it comes to anger, but I appreciate the support, and I'm out because I definitely got to go to this conference. If not. Blessings, Empress Lonnie, one love. Welcome to Philly, baby. But we out, y'all.